Mike Jones here with Ken's. It's tax season special. The deals are on. Get inside and check it all out.
Little Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, now 4K, let me tell you, 4K is absolutely on fire. Now Sony, the creator of 4K, is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now that we're on the 4th or the 5th generation, I mean, look at the detail of this. This is absolutely insane. Now, size-wise, they come 43 and up. What you're seeing here is 55, 65, and that's right, 75 is now available in the 4K world. But let me tell you some cool things that you don't know about 4K. Now, it is DirecTV ready. What that means is if you already have the DirecTV Genie system in your house and you buy one of these, you don't have to fiddle with an extra receiver hanging down on your mantle with extra cables, right? It's built in. You tie the wire in. You can even access your hard drive with all your recordings built in from this TV. Is that crazy cool? It's not free. You still have to pay a monthly for that. Now, another thing is we don't remember, is a lot of people don't remember, know that they do, is the PS3 games. You can download your PS3 games onto this. So if you have a PlayStation controller and your kids are gaming, or if you're like me and you're a gigantic kid and you're still gaming, you can use your controller with this without having yet another device with cords hanging down. So if you have DirecTV Genie and you want to PlayStation games, all you have to have is the TV mounted on the wall by Ken's and plug it in the wall, bada bing, bada bang, you have everything built into the set. So beyond the fact that it has 4,000 lines of resolution, right, and it has 8 million pixels in comparison to 900,000 on everybody else, and the fact that they're now affordable, are you ready for this? 65-inch with that picture right there is $1,494. $1,494, Sony being the best in the business. Now also, right, let me get a little long-winded on you here. Not only do we install, we service the goods. We have our own service department in our Macon location with real service techs that work on product that you purchase from us. We actually work on product that you don't purchase from us. We prefer that you get better in the front of the line when you do buy from us, if that makes sense. So also, to keep this in mind, 24-month, 0% financing right now. So let's say you're not even using your tax money. You have 0% financing for 2 years, plus Middle Georgia's only in-store service, right? 4K sale, are you kidding? Get in here and buy one. All right, I have a lot of folks. We do a lot of commercial buildings and stuff. This is Adrian Apartments on Riverside Drive in Macon, right across from the mall. And let me tell you what, they kind of had it old school. They had this crazy thing hanging down with tube TVs in it. You know, just kind of that's how it was built the first time we got to work in here. But what they did is they said, look, we want to kind of modernize our gym and have it where folks feel good. So what we did is we did all smart 40-inch TVs here. We also have one over here in this corner, as you can see here. And the idea is somebody can come in here and watch TV, but literally they can come in and even type in their password and go into their own Netflix account if they want to, which I think is kind of mastermind on our part, I'm just saying. We put in secure mounts in these apartment complexes. A lot of times people want them more than you do type thing. So we put in locking secure mounts. That means you can't take them off the wall. We have a key, they have a key, and no one else has a key. So that's the way that works out. And then they had an old type sound system in here, as you'll see here, and we just retrofitted that. They didn't want to have to tear all that apart and patch and paint and go through all that. So we retrofitted the original grills to fit the new sound. All right, and then the way that these flat panels work out now, I mean, you can buy flat panels anywhere from about $199 and up. And if you do really, really nice flat panels like this, you're still going to be in that $300 to $500 range. But listen, but here's what you got to know. When you're in this environment, these things play 15 to 24 hours a day. You need something with a long last life like LED. That's why Sony and Toshiba and Samsung and Sharp do so good in this area. They have a 100,000 hour life in comparison to those bargain basement deals that you see. They have like a 20,000 hour life. So why would you want to buy 5 TVs over the course of what you could buy 1 TV for, right? Another thing about us is we come in and we service it. So we do the install and we service. If there's a problem, we come out and take care of the problem. In the commercial world, we guarantee service in 24 hours unless it's on a Sunday, because you know we're with our family on Sunday. So this is how it's done, guys. I really can't applaud my guys on how this worked out. This is awesome. All right, in the Warner Robins location, we have a Warner Robins and we have a Macon Superstore. What you got to know is when tax season comes in, what you're saying is, well, what if I don't want to buy it for tax season? You need to buy it for tax season, even if you're not using tax money, because you get the tax deal, if that makes sense. Now, a lot of folks during this season come in because they're ready for some beast. Now, here's how it works. We carry Quantum Audio. We carry JL Audio, right? We carry Rockford Fosgate. We carry Alpine. Alpine. We carry Pioneer. I mean, we carry the biggest and best names in the business. When you go to like us on Facebook, you can see all these cool installations that all these rocket scientists that work for us do. It's amazing because why? We install it for free. Unless you get really super funky custom with it, there's no charge for the labor, which means if you .com it, you still got to pay somebody to put it in. You buy it from Ken's, you get it right now, and you get it installed for free, which is nice. Now, base package, you're going to start at $274. That's a 10-inch sub box amplifier, comes with all the cables, and it comes with a year warranty, which means even if you just play the snot out of it and tear it up, we still give you brand new stuff, which is awesome. If you come in the Rockford-Fosgate world, they're going to start anywhere from $379 and up. They're going to come with a 250-watt amp. They have a 500-watt optional amp now for $79. JL audio package is going to be anywhere from $399 and up, depending on which amplifier you go with there. But make sure when you come in, let the pros look at your vehicle so that they can choose what fits your budget, what fits your vehicle. Make sure you get one of those cool bass knobs. You're probably seeing a cutaway of one of those right now. It makes a huge difference, especially if you're adding bass to your factory radio, right? So get in here, best names in the business, Macon and Warner Robins. The deal is on.
Hey guys, it's Scott Cusick at Ken's in Warner Robins. Again, it's tax time and the deals are going on all of our car stereo. Pioneer, Alpine, 15 to 25% off. We've got great specials starting at $88 for a Pioneer with a CD player, AM FM radio, auxiliary, detachable face, and a remote. Then we've got radios that have USB, same features over here, but you can play your iPod or a flash drive. You can charge your phone while you're driving. Then we've even got radios that have color change built in, so you can match your factory vehicles if you want your factory vehicle's color. Then we've got Bluetooth and Bluetooth audio. Very safe for teenage drivers. All right guys, remember, just come in, tell us what kind of car you've got, what your budget is, what kind of features you're looking for in a radio, and we can match a radio perfect for your vehicle and your budget every time.
All right, now Sonos, we've talked about Sonos, and what Sonos does is it gives you a way to have all of your music apps on your smart device, whether it be computer or PC or telephone or iPad or tablets, whatever you have. So all of that stuff that's built in, like Pandora and Spotify and iHeart and all those guys, it puts all the apps into one single app, right? So when I tap this gives me any way to play any kind of music that I want. See how all this is already built in. So if I want to listen to Pandora, it'll pull up my Pandora stations, and I can go over and listen to, MC Hammer. Now, what they have is clarity. Listen to this. I mean, look how small this device is.
Come on, let's make it smooth.
And see, I'm controlling all the volume from here. So I can have different zones, right? I can have one out by the pool, one in the living room, and the kitchen, or I can do all the devices together, right? But what's nice is as long as you have Wi-Fi in the house, it works. You just plug it in the wall, and the device automatically connects up to all of your smart devices, right? Now, check this out just to give you an idea, just so you know I know what I'm talking about. This right here is this month, or next month's Sound and Vision magazine right here, where they rated the new Gen 2 products, and it says, ready? It says, I've always thought highly of the Sonos components right here. All things considered, without a single doubt, the new Sonos is a serious 10. It says they redefined streaming music and sound quality. That's Sonos. Now, they've only had a 300% growth in the last 4 years. I don't know if that's a lot. It sounds like a lot to me. So get into both locations. They start as low as just $197. All right. Now, this is phenomenal. Now, listen, this is a setup that we do a lot. If that makes sense. You've got a flush mount clip speaker in the center channel, right? And what it is a lot of times we'll come in and do a house like this, and then somewhere between 5 and 10 years, it'd be time to update and refresh. Or you may have an old 720p like there was up here before we did this. This is a 2K Sony. It's super thin, which you love, I'm sure. The speakers were good, right? So we didn't have to change the speakers, but we did have to change the wiring. Because look at this picture, y'all. The wiring on this was with the old component cables, like the red, blue, green, right? So it didn't do 1080p or 2K or even 4K in the future. This is a full-on smart TV. This is an HD broadcast by YouTube, which is nice. We put in the new MX remote controls, which I love. They're very simple to use. As you can see, like the menu's nice. You can do color icons now, so whatever you want to do, DVD, satellite, audio. But here's the cool thing is that you can delete the buttons that are confusing. You know how you'll hit that wrong button and then you can't figure out what you did wrong. So now I know that if I want to control my DVD player, I just hit the DVD function, boom. The whole remote is now a DVD, and it lights up, like you can tell right there. Now, we have a Yamaha amplifier in here. That's why it sounds so good. Listen to this right here. Let me crank this thing up. You got plenty of sound quality. The number one problem that people say is they have not enough power from here so they can hear dialogue and music, and you hear it, it's just crystal clear. Now this is what they call a 3.1 surround sound. So we did 3 speakers in the front. We have bookshelves over in the bookshelf. We have a subwoofer in the back of the room. And then David, I'm gonna let you just peek over my shoulder here. We have a big, gigantic Yamaha amplifier right there. Now, the reason we did such a big amplifier is he has music throughout the house. Now, that being said, follow me this way. I'll put this remote control down. And in the keeping room, we hung another 2K, just one size smaller. The idea behind this is, as you see, got clips, flush mount speakers in the ceiling, so he can have music in here. He can have the TV sound in here. We did another remote control, which is super cool because that one amplifier feeds every room in this house, including his speakers for his pool. And what we can do is we title the remote control. See how that says keeping room right there? That way you don't get confused on which room the remotes go in. Now, he can have 3 zones going at one time from that one amplifier. The reason I bring that to you is a lot of folks end up buying amplifier, and they could have just bought 1 amp for less money to run the whole house. So I can have a TV program in there, I can have a TV program in here, and have music out by the pool all at the same time, and guess what? Full control from his smartphone or from his tablet. Now, to give you an idea on pricing, these new 2K TVs, they start at about $600 and up depending on the size, right? The mounts are anywhere from $99 to $219, right? The cables that we run from here, even the most expensive and 65-foot long one is less than $200, right? Surge protectors are $100. Remote controls are $300, and they take every remote you have, no matter what it is. Even if you have one of those fireplace remotes, it'll do that too. So our guys come out and we'll evaluate your whole house. There's no charge to you to do that. We'll build and design something that fits your budget. End of the day, it's turnkey. David, flip around there and look here. You got a flat panel above your fireplace there. Flip back around. You got a flat panel above your fireplace in your keeping room. Bada bing, bada bang. Awesome. All right, Ford Mustang GT. I love it when y'all let us work on the hot rods, and this is a hot rod. Okay. So here's the deal. In 2010, they changed this radio, and it was just one big piece of plastic, and the radio and the AC controls were like one piece. Best Kits and Metro, the people that build these kits, were super, super genius, and they put the AC controls with soft touch controls so we could put our own radio, which is nice. That being said, this is Pioneer's new, called the NEX. It's AM, FM, CD, DVD. That's right, navigation, which is really super nice. Everything is so nice. It's an LED screen, as you notice how great the picture is amazing. Now, I am Bluetooth controlling it, so from my phone, you see I am streaming the music to it without any type of cables. No good news there, no old news there, great news for me. Now, volume control still works. Check this out. So there's my factory volume control on the steering wheel that we have programmed to work with the aftermarket radio, which is super cool. You see the factory door panels look just like stock, but they don't sound like stock. Now you have to hear the sound demo of this thing. I do me. That's crazy! It's shaking everything! I tell you what, I thank y'all so much for letting me do this for a living. I just want to say that. Now, that being said, you gotta see the Stealth Box. It's so nice how JL builds this. Check this out. Come around here, David. This is fit into the side, right? This is JL's 13. Look at the amplifiers up in there too, David. Isn't that nice? Nice and clean. Everything's adjusted. They lost exactly 16% of their trunk. And look, it moves with the vehicle. It's not like one of those boxes where it's just sitting on the carpet. We mount it to the vehicle. Is that crazy? So if you get in an accident, it doesn't move all over the place and stuff. And look, I can still throw all my stuff back here. Guys, we took this car to the skin. I'm hoping that you've seen a cutaway of the factory speakers that came out of this unbelievable muscle car, because they were absolute junk. And if you Ford load-ins, don't get all mad at me. They just ain't that nice. That's why they came in, is so they can make it sound perfect. The price fit, the installation's perfect. That is how it's done. Boom. All right, now the new touchscreen radios that's become the now. Now, as Alpine and Pioneer are the brands that we choose. They are the most serviceable long-term, and we have had them since my daddy started this company in 1978, so it's a big deal for us to have this brand, not touchscreens, the brands. You get where I'm coming from. Now, this is AM, FM, CD, DVD, navigation, full touch, very easy, and I love the new palette that makes it so easy to operate. There's my maps, there's my radio, there's my USB, there's a way for me to play my DVD movie, and it's just so easy, and as you can see, the maps are so very detailed. Let me drop back over to here. So everything is right down to the nth. Now, if you want to know your gas prices, you want to know anything you want to do from all the way down to even getting you out of traffic, which drives me crazy when I get stuck in traffic. Now, let's say, hey, I do want a touchscreen, but I don't care about the navigation. You go into this arena right here. Same, every feature is identical. It is still the LED driven and stuff, right? It has Bluetooth. It has Bluetooth audio. It has a place to put in a backup backup camera. It just loses the maps. Now, all that being said, hear me out when I say this. If you want to put a touchscreen in your vehicle, first thing is you come and talk to one of the pros in the Macon or the Warner Robins store and let them just decipher if it fits like it should fit from a safety standpoint, long-term, and reliability, right? Number two, we decide your budget. Well, if you've got a couple of $100 and up, you can get a touchscreen these days. $244 for the new Pioneer touchscreen, and it comes with a DVD player built in, which means you can put a movie in, not while you're driving, and watch a movie on this display. Now, they also have a video out, so if you've got a flip down in the back, right, for the kids, you can put a movie in the front and send it to the back. How cool is that? When you buy one of these, if you do the optional backup camera at the same time, guess what? It's only $199, and we still install it for free. So come into the Macon or the Warner Robins location and just look at these radios. Now, you see 4 or 5 right here. We keep 10 different models in stock. It's just because my display won't hold it don't mean I don't have it in stock. So ask questions and let these brainiacs do what they do. All right, now, at Hebron Fellowship Baptist Church down in Byron, let me tell you, I'm hoping the address is coming up now. The first time I came in here, this thing was like, and I used this very vaguely, like a skating rink. There was so much echo that when the pastor stood on the floor where David is right now, facing this way towards the wall, you could hear his speech in the back room. It had so much echo. So we got in here and started talking about lighting and started talking about sound panels. He said, listen, before we do anything to do with sound, I've got to get the sound where it's at least quieted down. So we came in and we did sound panels, as you can see. These are Acoustimac is the name of the brand, and these are 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 inch. Don't be fooled by the 1 inch. It takes the 2 inch to do the job. And then we filled this back wall, we call 65%, and then we had the custom panels made at the top to go with see how the top of the cathedral ceiling is, right? Now, something that's really, really cool about this is, and you see how quiet this room is. I mean, this is a church. Genuinely, churches have echo, right? But this church is just so awesome and solid. What we did here is my son Justin came in with his crew, and they had crosses, so we moved the cross, and they really wanted to keep the cross into these bent parts of the wall. So we had sound panels made, and basically he just built the cross into the sound panels to keep with what we want to know, right? What we want is from a decor standpoint, honoring God. Now, what we also different, now the sound panels, just go back to that for a second, they're anywhere from about $120 and up, depending on the size, and then we have a crew that comes out and installs them all. But now listen, the estimate is free. You have to let me come out and look at your house of worship so we can decide how many you need, when you need them. You know, it's as important as the sound is, or if not more important, to keep that echo out. Well, what else we did was he said, Michael, I have all these chandeliers and no way to keep all these shadows out. And Jesse's back there now adjusting. And you'll see right here, we did all par lighting, LED. We used the trusses of the church to hide everything from the congregation side, if that makes sense. So they can change brightness. They can change color. I'm sure you're going to see it change as we're talking. Any color you could possibly come up with. And it has 2 dedicated spots, because the pastor said when he's here and whenever he wants to record, he doesn't want a lot of crazy shadows. So if we'll turn that brightness up, you'll see, you can make this stage anything you want. So it can be seasonal. It can be more from a house of worship. It can be more if you try to go more towards a traditional or a contemporary service. This lighting applies to all of that. Light controllers run anywhere from like $140 and up, depending on what size. Lighting like this runs anywhere from about $140 and up, depending on the size. But again, let us come out. You'll be shocked from a budget standpoint how easy it is to make this kind of change. Go ahead and show me some more change. How you can get more spot, you can get more color, you can get more brightness, and it allows me to do presets. So if you know that the pastor is going to come right here and talk, there's a preset for him. If you know that the praise team's going to sing, there's a preset for them, and then you can have special guests and you can put other presets in depending on that. They call it temperature of color. So call us. We'll come. I'm sure my name and number's coming up. And listen, get down here to Hebron Fellowship Baptist Church in Byron and serve with them. I'm telling you, this pastor's mind, I love the energy. You'll see in just a minute. I'm going to let him come on just to say his energy level is insane. This man loves the Lord.
Hi, I'm Reverend Dr. Darrell Vining from Hebron Fellowship Baptist Church, where we are a people of purpose, prayer, and praise. As you can see, we've had a wonderful experience with Mike and his team from Ken Stereo Junction. They've done some amazing work for us. Why don't you come on out and enjoy a wonderful praise experience with us anytime you want. God bless you.
All right, now, listen, what you got to know is all of that clarity that you're hearing out of that speaker is being played. Go ahead and turn that down for me. Listen, all of that is being played off of a $100 CD player through these new Alpine speakers that are on sale right now during the tax season for $99 for a pair. That's Alpine, called Type S The tweeter has its own directional built into it, so you can aim it away from your pants leg, if that makes sense, if the speakers are really down low. So when you come in, make sure you listen to the new R-type Alpines, the new S-type Alpines, starting at $99 for a pair with free installation. All right, 2004 Ford F-150. Let me tell you, I love these trucks. We do tons and tons of these trucks, but a lot of folks don't realize that, 2004 to now, you're 12 years old, so your radio is going to wear out. It's just the way that works out. And so do the speakers over time because of hot, cold, hot, cold. So when this gentleman came in from over past Augusta, he came down because he'd seen some of our stuff online. He said, look, I want a lot of sound in here. I'm going to be passing this on to my son, so I need it to absolutely rock out. Now, look how this dash piece matches. I like all the stock stuff still looks like it's supposed to, but you put the radio that you want. This is Pioneer's AM, FM, CD, DVD, touchscreen. Look at this. Home screen, look at this. Navigation maps built in. It has HD radio built in. You can play a movie. It's got USB you can play. It's got an equalizer. You can do satellite radio. It's got a 200 watt amp built into it, but we bypass that. And it's a 7-inch screen, which also allows you to tilt to keep the sunlight out of it, which is nice, and your DVD goes behind it. You can even put an SD card in this thing if you're one of the SD card geeks like I am. Now, here's another thing we did to this. This is cool. Now, this is Pioneer's called the 8100. It's the best radio they make, sound quality wise. Now, it also has a backup camera, so check this out. So it's a truly digital screen. But see how you can see his tow ball, because if he wants to be able to back up and tow something, there's only one man there. You can see that, but it has a long enough view that you can still see what's around you in the back. As you see, we got the garage door open in the back. So when you put it in reverse, it just goes right back to the stock screen. Now, another thing you need to know is we put 1,000 watts of power JL audio. You're probably seeing a cutaway of that. It's underneath this seat. But let me let you hear this demo of sound quality. Alpine speakers front and back. So 4 speakers, 2 JL's new series called version 3 behind the seat. And bada bing, bada bang. And a little bit of Mr. Jones sound. Feel it strong.
And when it's down to just a phone call, I might not
That is nuts.
There's been good times.
I grew up on that music. That is phenomenal. Now I'm gonna jump out so I can show you this box real quick, and then you get an idea why I'm so in love with this sound quality. Check this out. This is JL's version 3s. We put grills on it, right, so the seat can back up to it in case the sun's really, really tall, and that way you don't end up damaging the subwoofer over time as well. These boxes are 3/4-inch particle board for you folks that know what I'm talking about there. This is good stuff. We use particle board and MDF to make sure that it lasts over time. Now, end of the day, when it all comes back together, right? You close your truck up. Only space you've lost is behind the seat where the sub goes. Everything else fits absolutely like a glove. Pricing wise, the backup cameras when you buy the radio are only $200. JL subs start at $139 depending on which series you get. These mids and highs, I mean, look at that door panel. It's a stock look. But listen, I'm gonna back it, turn it up a little bit. But listen to that clarity.
Think I'd be with her.
Is that nuts? Those are $119 a pair. End of the day, we install it for free. And this, folks, is how it is done. Awesome. All right, Hobbs Medical Supplies down in Warner Robins. They're a local business. And before we get to that, let me just tell you what this says on their website. Hobbs Medical is locally owned with 100 years of experience. Been our goal to provide the highest quality of home medical equipment and supplies and services to all of our patients in Georgia. Let me tell you, the fact that they have 100 years experience, they're probably doing a pretty good job at it. What do you think? So that's Hobbs Medical, Warner Robins, Georgia. That's my pitch for them. Now, here's what we do. These guys came in, they needed security and they needed sound. So we have a DVR that we've mounted up here. This is in their comm room, right? And this allows them to have multiple views, right? So we're obviously live. We see folks moving around and stuff. But let me just give you an idea, the perfection of the 1080p security camera, right? Look at this. I'm going to pull up a different grid. Look at this. Look at these details. Hold on. Let me change some camera grids. Look at that. I bet he would love this all there all talking. Keep moving around. I mean, it is, unbelievable. You can read the boxes on the shelves to see what is going on in this facility. I don't think you can beat this. Look at this. Boom, boom. And the fact that he can control it from his smart device. So you can even see the computer screen of the worker there. And this is the way he wanted to be. He wanted to be able to be secure from the outside and from the inside. So make sure it's secure for his employees, make sure it's secure for his patients, which I love the way folks think. Now, you also have a way of seeing the whole grid, right? So here's a 4-channel grid. You can see how everybody doing what they do, right? You can pull it back again, and you can have a big grid with the minis in case you want to have, these just allows you to give multiple views. Now, this thing has a 2 or 4 terabyte hard drive, and what that does is it allows you to record a 20 to about 30 days, even up to 2 months if you really had to have it, of information. Because these things, if you see like right here, it means it is filming, and when you see a yellow icon come up, that means it's not filming, and the idea behind that is it's not using hard drive space. And that way you have, when there is a mishap, you can go back and see when it was recorded, if that makes sense. They work day and night. They're vandal proof. And what you got to know is when you have a drop tile ceiling like this, you have to be super creative because there's more to it than just mounted. It has to be secure. And then wherever these cameras are, they're not wireless, right? It's got to come all the way back to here to hit here. Now this piece you see right here is a fuse panel, right? It protects us against lightning surges and issues like that. So it really protects your investment for here. It also has a battery backup in case all the power goes oomph. You still have a way to record. From a pricing standpoint, you know, last month we had a special where you got a 4-camera HD system for $24.99, and that came with all of the cables, all the parts, everything you had to have. We now have a 4-camera, an 8-camera, and a 16-camera, and these are full color array 1080p. So don't believe the hype when you look on the box on something you buy at a big box store that says $6.99 for 14 cameras. That is not true high definition. That is true high definition. Now, Hobbs Medical in Warner Robins. Let's move over to sound. This amplifier is running sound throughout the building. He just wanted to have an even flow, so we have different zones of music here, and this is just nothing super fancy to you, but what's cool is we're controlling it from an app on their PC, and I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of that now, which allows them to pull up the music. They can design and play any volume they want to do, and we even have speakers throughout the building that have volume controls on the speakers, right, that allows them, like if they have in the office, not to be as loud as it would be like on your showroom floor and stuff like that. It's cool because it's all PC controlled, so you don't have to dock an iPod or have something sitting on a desk. Now, in the pricing realm of things on the audio systems, I have to come out and look at your office or your house to make sure you have whole house music. Speakers are anywhere from about $62 all the way up to like $125 a piece, depending on what way we go. But listen, the whole house experience is so inexpensive to have it. And let me tell you, music for me just soothes the soul. And here's the deal. We service it after the sale. They don't. Who do I mean they? Nobody. We service it after sale. Hobbs Medical, Warner Robins, rocking it out. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching our show. Man, this was super fun. We had a bunch of awesome laughs, and I'm so proud to serve you. That's what we do in Ken's and Macon and Warner Robins, and we're restructuring our music store. You need to know that. We're going to get really heavy into, which we're already heavy into the sanctuary and the church world. We're getting more heavy into a very big demo room for that, and we're going to heavy into the DJ and the PA world. That is coming probably in the next 60 to 90 days, just to let you know something exciting. Keep up with us on Facebook. You can like us on Facebook, and you'll see all the cool things. Make sure you register for that free giveaway. We give something away every single month, no matter what. So go to Facebook or Ken's Online or our YouTube. I'm sure all those things are coming up on how you can keep up with the cool world that you guys allow us to be in. Now, I want to leave you with Philippians 3:14, and it says basically, it says, I wait for your call, God, as I want to move up towards Christ. And what that means is, as I wait for your call, that means I'm waiting for you to tell me and instruct me what I do next, because everything I'm doing is to get closer to Christ. That is amazing scripture. I love it. I live it. I breathe it. I love my Lord and Savior. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins.
Little George's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Kim's.
You can get them all the way up to the AM, FM, CD, DVD. It's a new format. Idiot. All right, ready? Yeah. Not only are they affordable, but the picture is banging. Now, check this out. Oh, it went black. Shoot. All right, ready? It does actually have to have a picture on the TV. Yeah.